Story: David, from shepherd boy to king. Long ago, in the land of Israel, there lived a young boy named David. He was the youngest son in his family, and while his older brothers were strong soldiers, David was just a shepherd. Every day he would take care of his father's sheep, guiding them to green pastures, protecting them from danger, and spending quiet time alone in nature. But David was not ordinary. He had a deep love and faith in God. As he watched over the sheep, he would sing songs and play his harp, praising God with all his heart. Even when wild animals like lions or bears came to attack the flock, David trusted God and bravely protected his sheep. At that time, Israel had a king named Saul. One day, God sent the prophet Samuel to anoint a new king from Jesse's family. When Samuel saw David's older brothers, he thought surely one of them must be chosen. But God said, "Man looks at the outward appearance, but I look at the heart." Then Samuel called for David. Though he was young and simple, God chose him. Samuel anointed David, and from that day on, God's Spirit was with him. Not long after this, Israel faced a terrifying enemy, the Philistines. Their champion was a giant named Goliath, who stood over 9 feet tall. Every day he mocked Israel and challenged them to send someone to fight him, but no one dared. One day, David came to the battlefield to bring food to his brothers. When he heard Goliath's challenge, something stirred inside him. He could not stand hearing God's people being mocked. David said, "Who is this giant that he should defy the armies of the living God?" Though others doubted him because of his age, David was full of courage. King Saul offered him armor, but it was too heavy. Instead, David chose something simple, his sling and 5 smooth stones. As David stepped onto the battlefield, Goliath laughed at him. But David boldly declared, "You come to me with sword and spear, but I come to you in the name of the Lord." With complete faith, David took a stone, placed it in his sling, and hurled it toward the giant. The stone struck Goliath on the forehead, and the mighty warrior fell to the ground. That day, a young shepherd defeated a giant, not by strength, but by faith in God. Years later, David became the king of Israel. He ruled with courage, wisdom, and a heart that loved God. Though he made mistakes, he always turned back to God with humility. David's life teaches us that God does not look at how big or strong we are. He looks at our heart. Even the smallest person can do great things when they trust in Him.